If you're between 57 and 62 right now, there's a 7-year window opening up in front of you that most Americans walk right past without ever knowing it existed. And inside that window sits something the IRS quietly put in the tax code back in 1986, a rule that could be worth $147,000 or more to your retirement, tax-free and penalty-free, if you know how to use it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly when your real retirement starts, why it's almost certainly 7 years earlier than you've been told, and the one move most 60-year-olds miss that costs them more than any market crash ever will. Let me paint a picture. It's 3:14 in the morning. You're staring at the ceiling, and your spouse is asleep next to you. You're 61 years old, maybe 62, and the thought running through your head is the same one that's been running through it for about 18 months now. Can we actually afford to stop? You ran the numbers on a legal pad last Sunday. You ran them again on the back of a grocery receipt Tuesday. The 401k balance looks big until you remember taxes haven't touched it yet. And somewhere underneath all of that is a quieter question you haven't even said out loud. Did I wait too long? If that's you, pull up a chair. Lamar wants to talk to you for the next 8 minutes because you haven't waited too long. You've just been reading the wrong map. Here's the villain in this story, and it isn't you. For 40 years, the financial industry has trained an entire generation of working Americans to circle one age on the calendar, 65. Medicare, full retirement, the finish line. They built an entire marketing engine around that number because it's simple, it's clean, and it sells. But the tax code? The tax code tells a completely different story, and nobody at your company HR meeting ever bothered to read it to you. Take Tom and Linda from outside Columbus, Ohio. Tom's 60, Linda just turned 59 and a half last March. Tom spent 31 years as a plant supervisor, Linda taught 3rd grade. Together, they've got about $612,000 in retirement accounts and a paid-off house. Good, careful people. And when Tom sat down with a planner last year, the planner told him what planners tell everyone. Wait until 65, take Social Security at 67, don't touch the 401k early or you'll get hammered. Tom nodded, Tom went home, and Tom very nearly left $147,000 on the table. We'll come back to Tom.
Because here's what nobody tells you. The number on your retirement map isn't 65, it's 59 and a half. That's the age written right into Internal Revenue Code Section 72T, where the 10% early withdrawal penalty on your IRAs and your 401k disappears. Gone. Vanished. The day you hit 59 and a half, the IRS essentially unlocks a door that's been bolted shut your entire working life. You can reach into your traditional IRA, pull out whatever you need, and pay only ordinary income tax on it. No penalty, no permission slip, no begging your HR department. And if you've got a Roth IRA that's been open at least 5 years, those withdrawals may come out completely tax-free. Now think about that for a second. If your real retirement number is 59 and a half, and you're 61 right now, you're already 18 months inside the window. If you're 57, you're only 30 months away from it. 7 years. That's the gap between what the brochures told you and what the law actually says. 7 years of access the industry forgot to mention. And here's where it gets interesting. Because that 7-year window isn't just about spending early, it's about planning. Picture your retirement savings like a house with 3 different faucets. The first faucet is your traditional 401k and traditional IRA. Every drop that comes out is taxed as ordinary income. The second faucet is your Roth. Properly aged, every drop comes out tax-free. The third faucet is your brokerage account or your savings, taxed at capital gains, usually lower. Most people retire at 65 and start frantically turning all 3 faucets at once, and the tax bill floods the kitchen. But between 59 and a half and 73, when required minimum distributions kick in under the current Secure Act 2.0 rules, you control which faucet runs, how fast, and when. That's the window. That's the whole game. But the next part is where most people get this wrong, and Lamar has seen this 100 times. They treat 59 and a half like a spending permission slip when they should be treating it like a conversion runway. Here's what I mean. Between the year you stop working and the year your Social Security kicks in, your taxable income might be the lowest it's been since you were 25. That's a gift. In 2026, a married couple filing jointly can have taxable income up to $96,950 and stay in the 12% federal bracket. Up to $206,700 keeps you in the 22% bracket. For many people, those low-income years between retirement and age 73 are the single greatest tax arbitrage opportunity of their entire lives, and the clock on that opportunity starts ticking the day you turn 59 and a half. You use those years to quietly move money from the traditional faucet over to the Roth faucet, a Roth conversion. You pay tax now at 12 or 22% on money that would have been taxed at 24 or 32% later when required distributions force your hand at 73. You do that for 5, 6, 7 years in a row in measured amounts, and you may have fundamentally changed the tax trajectory of the rest of your life, and your spouse's life, and what you leave behind. Which brings us back to Tom and Linda. Remember them? Tom was ready to follow the standard script. Wait until 65, touch nothing early. Then his daughter sent him a 3-minute clip from this very channel. Tom got a second opinion, and what the new planner showed him was this. By starting small, carefully calibrated Roth conversions at age 60, staying inside the 12% bracket, and delaying Social Security until 7 for the 8% annual delayed retirement credits, Tom and Linda's projected lifetime tax bill dropped by roughly $147,000. That's not a market return. That's not a lucky stock. That's just turning the right faucet at the right time. More than the money, though, something else happened. Tom called his daughter and said, "I didn't know I was allowed to do this." Allowed. That word stuck with me, because that's what this really is. It's permission. It's information that was always yours, always in the code, always waiting for someone to hand it to you. A couple of honest guardrails, because Lamar doesn't do fairy tales. Conversions add to your income in the year you do them, and for many people that can bump up Medicare premiums 2 years later through what's called the IRMA surcharge, a sliding scale add-on to Part B and Part D that kicks in above certain income thresholds. If you're on Affordable Care Act coverage before Medicare, extra income may reduce your subsidy. None of this is a reason to skip the window. It's a reason to plan it with someone who understands the moving parts. And if you're still working at 55 or older and you leave or retire from that specific employer, look up the rule of 55. It may let you tap that particular 401k even earlier without the 10% penalty. Different door, same house. So here's one question to sit with tonight, after the dishes are done and the house goes quiet. If your real retirement window opens at 59 and a half, not 65, what would you do differently in the next 12 months? Not someday, the next 12 months. Write the answer down on the same legal pad you've been running those numbers on, because the window is already open, or it's about to be, and it doesn't stay open forever. Required minimum distributions are waiting at 73, and they don't care about your plans. If this helped even one gear click into place, do Lamar a favor. Hit that like button. It's how Black Wealth Guide reaches the next couple lying awake at 3 a.m. Subscribe so you don't miss the deep dive on Roth conversion ladders coming next week. And in the comments, drop the word window if you just learned your real retirement starts earlier than you thought. I read every one of them. I'll see you in the next video.